Our next speaker is none other than the CEO of the Kenya Tourism Board, Dr. Betty Adero Radier. With a proven track record of leading diverse international executive teams in the West, Eastern and Central Africa regions, Dr. Betty has a degree of success in building brands and revenue growth, having worked with multinationals such as Samsung in Kenya and Microsoft in the West, East, Central Africa, and Indian Ocean Islands region. She has over 20 years of experience in senior leadership in both the private and the public sector. Daktari ticks off all the boxes when it comes to executing change of success and definitely bringing her organizations to another level. Hand on heart, we appreciate Daktari and we are glad to have you here. Over to you, Dr. Betty, and welcome once again.
Good morning, good evening to everybody joining us from all corners of Africa. Thank you for signing up and attending this great event. It is indeed a great honor to be making the keynote speech in the Africa Martech Summit. It's also my hope that through this event, we shall be able to share valuable insights on achieving marketing goals through technology. I must say that I'm delighted to be partnering and collaborating with CIO East Africa and its partners to host the Africa Premier Martech Summit. As the Kenya Tourism Board, I must say that we are delighted to have partnered with CIO East Africa and all the other partners to host the Africa Premier Martech Summit. It is also my hope that the partnership will give us an opportunity to discuss the scaling up of marketing within the tech space in Kenya, regionally and globally. Africa is emerging as the next big growth market. The opportunities it has and the impact it would have through marketing and technology would be tremendous. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that you can agree that marketing is an ever-changing field. Much of this change can be linked to technology, which has transformed marketing by making campaigns more personalized and immersive for people and creating ecosystems that are more integrated and targeted for marketers. The beauty of this is with all of this technology, it's also improved the ability to track the return, the investment that is made in marketing. Now, COVID-19 has changed this landscape even more. Consumers now hold more power in today's marketing world than they did, say, 10 or 15 years ago. More recently, technology has connected consumers, changed expectation, and increased relevance when it comes to marketing. Because with the COVID pandemic, what we were taught as marketers and as business people is that the virtual space has become increasingly more important. What that has meant is that because the consumer generally controls that space, it gives them a lot more power in terms of what they want to see, what they're willing to look at, and what they're willing to search. So as the business world continues to grow, Africa in specific is promising to be the next big market for various products and services. And there are several reasons for this optimism. To begin with, Africa as a continent is home to some of the youngest populations in the world. According to projections in the United Nations, that the world population will hit 10 billion people by 2055. Approximately 95% of this growth will take place in low and middle income countries. Of this growth, Africa will account for about 57%. And therefore, if as a marketer you're looking to the next frontier, Africa becomes really important. So the population in the sub-Saharan region is expected to almost double by 2050. At the moment, almost 60% of Africa's population is under the age of 25, making Africa the world's youngest continent. In addition, Africa's current youth population is better educated than it previously was in the previous generation, and it continues to embrace technology. So technology becomes at the heart of anything that any business and specifically any marketer is looking for. So just some factors that present Africa with the best opportunity in terms of leaping forward in many aspects is the tech space. Now, Africa's diversity and opportunity and the readiness in tech adoption, digital transformation and acceleration has meant that Africa becomes a focal point and is really important for people that are doing businesses. So currently we are in a vantage position to advance in as far as technology adoption, digital transformation and acceleration is concerned. And therefore the Martech Summit is timely in this respect. We have an ever-increasing tech-savvy population, and the availability of internet services which can be accessed through different digital gadgets across Africa is becoming a lot more pervasive. So African countries are ready to harbor the next Silicon Savannah, actually, through creation of digital applications that are tailor-made for us. The benefits around smartphone adoption, for instance, is quickly rising across the continent. The number of smartphone connection has almost doubled over the last 2 years, reaching over 200 million. The investment from operators, governments, and other players have also allowed large areas of African population to gain access to mobile network coverage. What does this mean for a marketer? What it means is that today you can speak to your customer real time, on the go, throughout the day. And therefore, it's important as a marketer or as people in the business of marketing and selling to be able to determine how do you leverage that opportunity that is provided for you by different form factors, and specifically mobile. The social media in particular has made a huge impact in the industry. And consumers engage in social networks sites to research things like trips, to make informed choices about challenges that they might face through the day, if they're traveling, if they're looking for specific products, if they're looking for reviews on specific products, if they're looking for personal experiences that like-minded people may have had dealing with the product, they will be looking online. And therefore, if you are sitting in this forum and are looking to get insights into how it is that the future of marketing with technology will be, this is actually a really good forum to be at. So going forward, when we look at in our space, which is technology, which is travel, travelers are more interested in visiting destinations that are guaranteeing, first of all, health and safety, which is now the norm for everybody, but is able to provide them an insight into what they expect to get in that destination. So people are spending a lot more time dreaming and searching and making sure that they get enough information about where it is that they want to travel to. What that means is that there has to be an upscaling and adoption of technology and marketing strategies. Innovations of new touchless technologies to compensate for the social distancing requirements and accommodate pandemic era hygiene considerations will be essential for the survival of the tourism business. So when we look at some advice that we can give decision makers and the corporate sector, particularly in our industry, is to avoid being a shadow as relates to IT experts, because a lot of people are spending time online, they're spending time searching, they're spending time exploring, and it's all virtual. It is virtual, and it is largely driven by the form factors that they have: handsets, tabs, computers, and generally participating in the internet. So my advice to decision makers from all sectors involved in marketing, and especially in the hospitality sector, is that they need to become more proactive and creative in developing marketing messages capable of making an impact to the target audience. Please pay attention to the various form factors that your audience is accessing your information to. Gone are the days when you went and just created a campaign, put it on your website, and assumed that even if consumers are accessing your website on their mobile phones, it is giving them the same experience. So it's just being a lot more aware that technology has really become the heart of how it is that people communicate. So in conclusion, I think if we were to think what are some of the things that we need to consider as we go forward and as we go through this summit: personalized messages, making sure that you're diversifying those messages so that they are interesting, they need to be real time, and people need to be able to access them on their various form factors and have exactly the same experience. So, and the thing about it is, if you're going to do a campaign, it needs to be able to load quickly enough so people are able to see the campaign before they move on to other things. The user experience and the ability to monitor and measure the campaigns that we're putting out there has become a lot more efficient, especially when you think about technology. So there's an opportunity with summits such as these for like-minded people to come together to explore what the opportunities are in terms of technology and marketing, And it is also an opportunity for people to share new trends and new technologies that's coming up that is going to make marketing a lot more efficient and a lot more pervasive. So I wish to thank you all once again, and especially CIO, for honoring me with the invite, and I wish you a success in the deliberations. In fact, I'm certain that even as we discuss and deliberate on these issues, we all agree that there's a need to be decisive whilst adopting technology in marketing. Good day, and thank you very much. I hope that we have a great summit.